Yeah, good morning. Let me first, I will briefly introduce the course. Okay, so that is Applied Geotechnical Engineering with the course number 18 CV62. All of you can see my screen, right?
Sir.
Whether my screen is visible, whatever whatever PDF I'm
Yes,
showing.
sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. So
Yes, sir.
so this course is about applied geotechnical engineering. So the course number is 18 CV62. Okay. So it consists of 5 modules. Okay. So module 1 deals with the soil exploration. Okay. So in the soil exploration, what we will do is before constructing any structure, first of all, we should know thoroughly what type of soil is present below your intended structure. Okay. Suppose if you have a 2-story or 3-story building, whatever you want to construct, before planning or before design of your structure, first and foremost thing is to explore the soil present or present below the intended structure. Okay, so to explore that soil, there are different methods are there. How we can explore that type of soil, and it's you have to find out the strength of that soil, so that you can based on that strength, what you are going to design your foundation, right? So to before going to design the foundation, we should know what is the type of soil present below your intended structure. Okay, that we will discuss in the module 1. Okay, in the module 2, okay, so in the module 2, what we will do, so in the module 2, in the first part, we will see stresses in soil because of construction of your foundation. What is the stress increased in the soil due to your superstructure? Okay, that we will study in this stresses in soil. Then the second part of the module 2 is the foundation settlement. Okay, so in the foundation settlement, in this topic, what we will see, because of the superstructure, how much settlement is going to occur in the soil. Okay, so that we will see. Again, in the settlement also, there are 2 parts. One is the instantaneous, like immediate settlement, and another part is the consolidation settlement. Okay, so how to calculate before constructing, you should know how much settlement it may undergo. Okay, so that you can accommodate those settlement in the superstructure. So those calculations we will do in this foundation settlements. Okay, so in the module 3, we will see this lateral earth pressure and the stability of the slopes. Okay, so lateral earth pressure means to design the retaining structure, retaining walls, you should know how much lateral pressure is there. Okay, so first we have to calculate the lateral pressure. Then based on that lateral pressure, we will design our earth retaining structures. Okay, so that we will discuss in this module. Okay, again in the slope stability also, we will discuss different methods of how to assess the stability of the slope. Okay, there are different methods are there. Those things we will see in this stability of the slopes. Okay, so in the module 4 and module 5 are very important. Okay, so because from the point of view of your examination as well as your practice purpose, once you start your career now, so these are the very important chapters which are going to be very helpful, are very handy in your career. Okay, so the bearing capacity of a shallow foundation and then pile foundations. Okay, so in the bearing capacity, what we'll do, we'll see there are some IS codes are there, IS 6403. Based on that, we will arrive at the bearing capacity of the shallow foundations depending on the available shear strength parameters of the soil. Okay, so based on that, we will arrive at the bearing capacity of the shallow foundations. Okay, so once we finish the shallow foundation, then we will go for the pile foundation. Okay, suppose at the shallow depth, if you don't have a soil which can carry your structure's load. Okay, during that time, what we will do, we will go for the pile foundations. Okay, so in the pile foundations, again, how to calculate the load carrying capacity of the pile. Okay, so depending on type of soil and depending on the method of pile installation, there are different methods are there to calculate the load carrying capacity of the pile. Okay, so those things we'll discuss in this final module, that is module 5. Okay, so today what I intend to do is I will briefly introduce the module 1, that is soil exploration. Then we'll further we'll proceed as and when we'll finish the module 1. Okay. So let me go to my PPT now. So here this is the module 1 PPT. Okay. So that is soil exploration. Okay. So this is module 1. We will discuss about the soil exploration. Soil exploration is nothing but exploring the soil. Okay, so if you want to design any, if you want to construct any structure, suppose this is the structure I want to construct. Before that, I should know what is the type of soil present below. Okay, so what is the depth of? There are different layers of soils are there. Okay, so suppose this is layer 1. Okay, and this is layer 2, and this is layer 3. Okay. So what are the different types of soils are there, and what is its depth, and what are its shear strength parameters? Those things I should know. Then only I can design the foundations of this structure. Suppose if you don't invest a lot of time and money in order to explore the soil present below the intended structure, then you will end up with a structure which is leaning. Okay, so this is the Tower of Pisa. Okay, so see, first let me explain this figure. Okay, so this is the figure, leaning Tower of Pisa they will call. Okay, so since it is leaning towards one side, the name comes from that. That's why it's called as a leaning Tower of Pisa. Okay, so before construction, the Tower of Pisa was like this. Okay, so in the figure, like see here. Architectural engineer, he is telling to his colleague, I skimped a little on the foundation, but no one will ever know it. Okay, so what he's telling, I have saved some money in by avoiding proper soil exploration, so that we can save some money. And okay, so that was the plan. Okay, so due to that, what happened is a few years later, the structure is leaning. Okay, so if you take the it's the leaning is approximately around 5 degrees. Okay, so if you take this 5 degree leaning is there. Okay, so due to that, what will happen due to this one? Many here the stresses will be more on one side, and also there will be some maybe cracks and everything you may experience in the structure. Okay, so to avoid this kind of structures, what you should know? We should do soil exploration properly. Okay, so this you should know. You have to perform the soil exploration, and you have to invest a sufficient amount of time and money in order to explore the soil below the structure before construction itself. Okay, so otherwise, if you do some mischievous things here, then you will end up with this kind of structures. Okay. So now I hope this figure would have given you a clear idea what we are going to deal in this chapter. Okay, soil exploration, and also the emphasis or importance of this chapter, that is soil exploration. Okay, so before diving into the subject, first I want to make it few announcements. Okay, so few announcements in the form of these reference books and textbooks. Okay, so the textbook which I refer or which you prescribed is Basic Applied Soil Mechanics by Gopalanjan and Rao, and another book is Theory and Practice of Foundation Design by Som and Das. Okay, so these are the two books which you should refer as a textbook, and there are plenty of reference books. Okay, so here are some reference books also are available, and all these books are available. Soft copies are available. Okay, so only thing you have to dig out in the internet, then you can get all these books. Okay, so but I would suggest you to at least purchase this book. This book is very important. So at least it may cost around 550 rupees or 600, less than 600 rupees. So you can get it. Okay, so these professors are very professors from IIT Roorkee. Okay, Gopalanjan and ASR Rao. So recently, probably 10 days back, this Professor Gopalanjan passed away. Unfortunately, Professor Gopalanjan passed away just 1 week back itself. but this is I think third edition of the book. Yeah, this is the third edition. So you can purchase it from the Amazon. Okay, so you will get it by 500 rupees or maybe 600, maybe 500 to 600 rupees you will get. So you try to purchase this. Okay, so this soft copy is not available for this, but remaining books are available. Soft copies are available. Okay, so it's a wise idea to invest at least 500 to 600 rupees in order to purchase this book. This is a very good book. Okay, so with that, we'll dive into the today's topic, that is Unit 1. So Unit 1 is deals with what? Soil exploration. Okay. So here is the syllabus of this chapter. First, what I will do, I will briefly introduce the soil exploration concept. Then we'll see some objectives and importance of this topic, that is soil exploration, and then we'll see what are the different stages and methods of exploration. Okay, so before carrying out the exploration, soil exploration, how we can plan. Okay, so what are the different stages? Stages are there. There are 3 stages, like preliminary, then like a detailed exploration. There are 3 stages are there. Those things we will discuss, and methods of exploration. Okay, so how we can explore the soil. Okay, so suppose this is the ground. This is the ground where you want to build your structure. Okay, so here you want to build the structure. Okay, so to explore the type of soil, what is the type of soil here? What you can do? There are different methods are there. Either you dig open pit, you excavate the soil. Okay, up to here you excavate the soil, and then you see for yourself what is the different type of soil and what is the arrangement of soil strata are there. Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, so this test pits can be done maybe for a depth of maybe around 2 to 5 meter. Okay, maximum 5 meter. Up to 5 meter only you can excavate and you can see. Suppose if you are building very heavy structure like some 10-story or 15-story building, then you have to explore for a deeper depth. Okay, so maybe around up to 10 meter you should explore the soil. Up to 10 meter I should know up to 10 meter what are the different types of soil. Okay, so for a very heavy structures. Okay, in that case, this test pit or trial pits may not be feasible. Okay, in that case, what you have to do, you have to dig you have to drill a borehole. Okay, so this is the boring method. Okay, so like some very maybe around 100 to 150 mm dia a borehole will drill. Okay, we'll drill a borehole, then we will see, we will collect the soil sample at a different depth. Okay, at different depth we will collect the soil samples, then we will see we will do some in situ tests, or we will carry out some laboratory tests on these collected soil samples okay, then we will assess the properties of the soil. Okay, that is the another method. Okay, then once we drill a borehole, see if the soil is very weak or if the water table is very high, what will happen? This borehole will collapse. Inside whatever borehole wall will collapse, and you cannot do a further test. Okay, so to avoid that, you have to stabilize the boreholes. Okay, so how we can stabilize the boreholes, that thing also we will see. Okay. Then sampling technique. Okay, so sampling techniques means how we will collect the soil sample. So you have to collect the soil sample so that you are imparting very minimum disturbance to the soil. Okay, so because you have to preserve its arrangement, whatever soil particles or whatever particulate nature of the soil is there, that you should preserve it. Okay, otherwise if you disturb that soil, then whatever properties you will get will be of erroneous. Okay, so which may not tell you the true nature of the soil. Okay, so that's why different techniques are there to collect the soil samples. Okay, sampling techniques we will see, and then in the sampling techniques there are 2 techniques, like undisturbed and disturbed soil samples are there. Okay, so through the techniques, either with a lot of disturbance also you can collect, with minimum disturbance also you can collect the soil samples. Okay, so different types of samples also we will see in this in this chapter. Okay, so and then we'll see some geophysical exploration. Okay, instead of physically drilling a borehole and collecting a soil sample. Okay, so since it is a very costly affair. Okay, drilling a borehole and collecting soil samples is a costly affair. To avoid that one, we can do some geophysical tests. Okay, so with some geophysical tests also we can assess the different types of soil in the ground. Okay, then some drainage methods and estimation of the depth groundwater table. Okay, so this is very important parameter, groundwater table, because depending on the position of the groundwater table, your bearing capacity of the soil or your soil properties will vary. Okay, so that's why the groundwater table, location of the groundwater table also a very important parameter. Then we will see a soil investigation reports. Okay, so once you do all these once you perform all these objectives, then how those things how those will be represented in the form of report. And also we'll see some borehole log. Okay, so these borehole logs means at what depth what type of soil I got. Though pictorially we will represent that one. That is called as borehole log. Okay, so this is the syllabus of your unit 1. So all for this soil exploration, there is a code IS 1892 and recently it revised in 2002. Okay, so IS 1892, which will tell you all these processes. Like this code deals with mainly the subsurface investigation of the foundation of a multi-story building. Okay, so this code you can download it from the online. You can download it and then you can refer. Okay, so with this we'll start the okay, so this is the big picture of a this unit. Okay, so see, this is the ground. Okay, so this is the ground and this is the bore log. Okay, so this is the bore log machine, borehole drilling machine. Okay, so with this borehole drilling machine, what we will do, we'll drill a borehole like this. We'll drill a borehole and then we will see at a different depth what is the type of soil. Okay, so initially see here asphalt and base course, and then second layer is what, silty sand, that is SM, with the brown color. How the look like, what is the color and what is the classification of that soil. If you remember from your geotechnical one, there we have seen soil classification. Okay, so based on the sieve analysis. Okay, so whatever soil you will collect it here, no, you take it to the laboratory and do some soil and do some laboratory tests like sieve analysis and liquid limit and plastic limit test. Then you classify the soil according to Indian standards. Okay, so those things you can represent here. Okay, suppose this layer is SS1, ST2, like that, and then third layer is what, fat clay. Okay, so this is the clay type of soil you will get. Okay, like this you should explore the soil. Okay, so let me just introduce. Suppose if you want to build a structure here. Okay, suppose if you want to build a structure, this is the portal frame. Okay, so before designing and before obtaining the dimension of these foundations, you should know what is the type of soil present below. Okay, so this thing you should know. How you can do, either you excavate with the trial pit, you excavate the soil and then you look for yourself, or you drill a borehole. Okay, so you drill a borehole like this. Maybe the diameter will be around 100 to 150 mm. 100 to 150 mm dia borehole. Okay, so you will drill a borehole and then at a different depth you collect the soil sample. At different depth you collect the soil sample. Then I know what is the type of soil. Okay, based on that I can design my foundation. Okay, So this is also a kind of big picture only. Okay. Understood? Any doubt till now? Okay. So what is now we'll look for some definitions. Okay. So what is a formal definition of a soil investigation? The formal definition of soil investigation is site or soil investigation, site investigation, both are same. Okay. So I can call it as a soil investigation. Huh? I can call it as soil investigation or site investigation, both are same. Huh? So the definition of site investigation is the process by which a geological, geotechnical, and other relevant information is acquired. What are the other relevant informations? Other relevant informations is like your water table. Huh? Your water table is the other, or your water table, or maybe like if some hidden anomalies are there, those things you should explore. Okay, so those are the relevant information which are going to affect your design of the foundation. Okay, so those are all called as a relevant information. Okay, so it is the process of obtaining a geological, geotechnical, and other relevant informations which might affect the construction and performance of your engineering or a building projects. Okay, so this is called as a site investigation or a soil investigation. Okay, so site investigation or soil investigation is just a process by which we will going to acquire the information about a geological, a geotechnical, and other relevant informations which are going to affect the construction and performance of the foundation of any structure. Okay, so it may be a small residential building, or it may be a very big dam, or it may be some thermal power plant, or it may be some nuclear power plant. Okay, so for that matter, any structure you take. Okay, so through the site investigation, we are intended to obtain the geological and geotechnical information which are going to affect the construction or a design or a performance of a foundation of any structures. Okay, so that is the formal definition of your site investigation. Okay, so what are the objectives of this site investigation? What are the objectives? Why we should do this site investigation? Okay, so or what are the parameters we are going to obtain through this site investigation? Okay, so first objective is to determine the sequence, thickness, and lateral extent or stratification of the soil strata, and where appropriate, wherever it is appropriate, the level of the bedrock also. Okay, so that means see, this is your ground. This is the ground level. Okay, so first objective is to determine the different type of soil and its a lateral extent. Okay, so whether the lateral extent of this soil state also are very important, and also the thickness and lateral extent. Okay, so together called as a stratification. Okay, stratification means different layers of the soil strata, and wherever appropriate, the level of the bedrock. Okay, suppose the bedrock is suppose this is the bedrock. The bedrock is very shallow, then you should know at what depth my bedrock is there. Okay, so this is the depth of bedrock. Okay, that also we should that also the objective of the site investigation. Then what is the second objective? Second objective is to determine the to obtain the representative samples of the soil and rock for identification, classification, and use in the laboratory test to determine the relevant soil parameters. Okay, what do you mean by that? So as I in my previous slide itself I explained, you have to collect the soil sample at a different depth. Okay, once you collect the soil samples, then those tests should be, some tests should be performed in the laboratory, like a classification test and some to obtain some engineering parameters like C and phi. Okay, so that is also one of the objectives. Okay, Okay, so you have to collect the soil sample, representative soil sample, you collect it, and then do some laboratory tests. Okay, and what is the third objective? Third objective is to perform some in situ tests. Okay, so not only we not only rely on the laboratory test, we also have to perform some in situ tests. In situ test means in the field itself, like suppose. Okay, suppose here this is your ground, and you have drilled a borehole here like this. You have drilled a borehole, and suppose at 1 meter depth, up to 1 meter depth you have drilled, and then you do some in situ test. Okay, so in situ test may be like a standard penetration test. Okay, so which is very widely used in a field. Okay, there are other in situ tests also are there, like cone penetration or CP, dynamic cone penetration test, or pressure meter test. Those tests are not in your syllabus. Okay, so I am not going to discuss these in situ tests. Okay, so but once you drill a borehole, you have to perform this in situ test also, like standard penetration test. So what is standard penetration test? Those things are not in your syllabus, so I am not going to discuss in this chapter. Okay. Then what is the fourth objective? Fourth objective is to determine the location of the groundwater table. Okay, so where is my groundwater table? Whether groundwater table is at a depth of 2 meters or at a ground level itself. This is the symbol of groundwater table. So that is also one of your objectives. And what is the final objective? Final objective is to see the site drainage condition. Okay, so how the drainage is there, like how the topography, in what direction slope is there, if at all rain happens, whether stagnation of water will occur or not. Those things also is the objective of your site investigation. Okay, so apart from that, drainage condition, and also you have to look for the any ground contamination. Okay, so ground contamination means if it is contaminated with any pollutants, then also it is going to affect my shear strength parameters of the soil. Okay, so ground contamination means suppose any industrial waste. Okay, so if at all any industrial waste is dumped, that waste will react with the soil, and it will alter the properties of the soil, and also it may reduce the shear strength of the soil. Okay, so that also should be your objective, to look for any ground contamination. So these are the 5 objectives of your site investigation. Okay, so to perform this, to achieve this site, all these objectives, what we should do? To achieve all these objectives, how I can achieve these objectives? Either I can put my head inside the ground and look for myself what is the type of soil. Okay, which may not be possible, right? It is not possible to insert your head inside the ground. Okay, so then what is the alternative? What is the engineering wise way to do? Wise way is to do drill a borehole, or you take a trial pit. Suppose this is your proposed building. Suppose this is your proposed building, then you should see here are your column positions. Here are your column positions. In those, what you can do? Suppose if your structure maybe like 60-40 site is there, then what you can do? You make a borehole here, another borehole here, another borehole at the center. 3 boreholes. Or if this structure is very important in the sense, if it is a power plant, or if it is a like a dam structure, which is a very important structure, we should okay, then what you can do? You drill another borehole here, 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 another borehole here. Okay, so depending on the variation of the soil. Okay, so first what I will do? First I will drill 3 boreholes here. Okay, so I will drill 3 boreholes. Then I will take a cross section here, like cross section. Then I can see what is the variation of the soil throughout the depth. Okay, so like this. See, this is a sectional elevation, cross sectional elevation. This is in the plan. Okay, so this is the plan, and this is section elevation, sectional elevation. Okay, so in this sectional elevation I will see what is the see, this is layer 1 and this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the bedrock. Okay, so once the variation is too very high, then what I can do, I can drill some more boreholes here, just to clarify that whatever cross section I obtained through this one, the same cross section I should obtain through this one also. Okay, then I can fairly come to the conclusion that what is the type of or what is the variation of the soil and what are its depths. Okay, so the same picture now I am showing in the little bit in a colorful manner. Okay, suppose if you are dealing with 1 story or 2 story, second or 3 story, then with that, and if your soil is relatively very good, okay, so relatively very good means very hard soil, if you get at a shallow depth, then you can finish this soil exploration just with the open pit excavation. This is the open pit. Okay, so like this a pit you can do, and then you can see for yourself what is the different type of soils are present. Okay, so with the trial pits I can do. Suppose if you are building a very important structure, very important structure, and also your bedrock is not at the shallow depth. Your bedrock is not at the shallow depth. Your bedrock is at a very deep level. Suppose if your bedrock is at a very deep, then what you should do? You have to drill a borehole here. You have to drill a borehole, and then you collect the soil sample at different depths. Okay, so this is at a depth of 2 meters. You collect the soil sample, take it to the lab, and then perform the tests. What are the tests? Maybe some CO analysis, CO analysis, or some direct shear test, or some UCS or triaxial. Many different tests are there. Okay, so all these tests will these tests will be performing in your next semester lab. Okay, so in the 7th semester we have a lab called a geotechnical engineering laboratory. Okay, in that lab we'll do all these tests. Okay, so CO analysis, specific gravity, direct shear, UCS, triaxial, vane shear, many tests are there. Proctor compaction test, though many tests are permeability tests, many tests are there. Those tests we will do. Okay, so for time being, just you remember that at different depth we will collect the soil sample. So this is sample 1, and this is second sample, and this is the third sample, and this is the fourth sample. Okay, like that at different depths you will collect samples, and then we will do the tests, and then we will assess the properties of the soil. Okay, so this is the broader picture of the soil exploration through a drilling mechanism and also through a trial pit mechanism. Okay, so once you do these all tests, once you collect the soil sample, take it to the lab, and then classify the soil and do some laboratory tests here. Okay, collect the soil samples from different depth and do some laboratory tests. Understood? Okay, so now we'll see some stages or methods of the exploration. Do I have time still? What is the how much time I have till? Yes, Raghavendra, how much time I have till? Or Kiran, yeah, Kiran, tell me.
10 minutes, sir. 10 minutes, sir.
Another 10 minutes. Okay, okay, another 10 minutes I will continue, and then I will wind up this lecture. Okay, another 10 minutes means I can discuss also. Okay, so if you have any clarification, if you need any clarification, please ask me. Kiran. So far, whatever I taught, whether is it clear or not? Kiran? or
Yes, sir.
Basuraj? Yeah, tell me, Kiran.
Yes, sir.
So, is it okay? Whatever till now I covered.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, two things I can do. One thing, I can record the lecture and I can upload, and also I can whatever daily class schedule is there. No, that schedule will be we can do a discussion in that class schedule. Okay. So that recorded lecture I will upload before attending those online classes. You should have watched that videos. Okay. So today I will record the first lecture and I will make a Google Classroom. Okay, in that classroom I will upload it. Okay. So for the next class, whenever we will be meeting, so that will be for the discussion purpose only. So that's what I am planning. Okay. So please tell from your point of view, which should be the effective way. Huh? Anybody, you can unmute yourself and you can freely talk to me. Raghavendra, are you there, Raghavendra? Or Nikita and Kashish Sangvi, Mitul Patidar, all of you, please unmute yourself and talk to me freely. See, this pandemic situation is going to be continued for another 3-4 months. Okay, so whatever time we are spending through online, this should be effective for you. Okay, so that's what I want some inputs from your side also. Okay, so otherwise it will be like a monotonous. From one side, if I keep on talking and if you are not able to recorded videos. Okay, so someone is replied recorded videos. Okay. See, recorded videos. Anyway, I am going to upload record. I will record and I will upload it. At the same time, you should attend this discussion classes also. Okay. So whatever according to we have already supplied your circulated our timetable. Okay. So we will stick to that timetable. Okay. We will engage those classes, but those classes will be meant for the discussion only. Okay. Okay, so today I will stop it here. Okay, so and I will record the today's this unit 1 completely, and then I will upload maybe by today or by tomorrow. I will upload it. So next class, next classes will be meant for the discussion itself only. Okay, so before attending the online classes, you should have watched all the videos. Come prepared. And then I will randomly pick from this screen, and I will ask those persons to clarify or explain to me whatever concepts you have learned through the videos. Okay. So be prepared for the next classes. Okay. So without watching those videos, if you attend, then it will be waste of time for you people. Okay. So please watch those videos and then attend these classes. Then it will be more effective. Okay. So I will stop recording here.